West Brom have beaten us at Old Trafford via a Jay Rodriguez goal in the second half, which confirms that Man City are now officially Premier League winners. Before I get on to today's shambles, I would like to congratulate Man City and Pep Guardiola for winning the title. You've won it in style, you've been the best team, you've played the best football, you got the best manager. No bitterness from me, you've won it on merit. And I said before the season kicked off, whoever doesn't win the league out of Pep and Mourinho will be a failure. And Mourinho is the failure. And Pep Guardiola is a successful one. And for me, you will win the league next season unless we make a change in management and get rid of Mourinho. Now on to the only goal of the game. The second half, it came via a corner. Ironically, a Tony Pulis tactic. Corner goes in, we fall asleep, Jay Rodriguez is there, puts it past David De Gea, and they celebrate. You could see Jay Rodriguez looking at the linesman whether or not he was onside or not. In the first half, Herrera went down. That was not a penalty for me. That was another of Ander Herrera's dives. He dived in the game against Manchester City at Old Trafford, and he dived today. But nobody was saying anything about Herrera, and you know why? Because he's a fanboy's favourite. It's funny, isn't it, that when he did dive against Manchester City at Old Trafford, did any of the big United channels say anything? Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. Because we all know that Fellaini, if he did that, they would be talking about it till they're blue in the face. Because it's Herrera, and you all love him, and you all rim him, you think he's a fantastic player. Yes, he was brilliant in the second half against Man City, but in the first half he was absolutely diabolical. And you've all forgotten about that. And I've been proved right on Herrera. He's been terrible this season, one of the worst players, and he's got to go at the end of the season. I can't stand the guy. He's doing his talking off the pitch merchant, and the sooner he goes the better. So, yeah. But we all know who's the chairman of the Fellaini Haters Society. We all know who that is. You know. But for me, Herrera's got to go in the summer. Simple as that. Because I said before, Herrera wins cups, Kante wins league titles. Simple as that. I know Kante didn't play today, but everybody who said, oh, Herrera, Kante, don't make me laugh. If you thought that, you have a lack of knowledge about football and a lack of knowledge about their game of football. And that's as far as I'm concerned. It's difficult to pick out a player that stood out because there was none of them. Martial was on the bench. He was onto the fore. And what did his rimmers say? Martial should have started, they said. Martial was going to come off the bench and change the game, they said. He was going to come on and score the winner, they said. What the hell did he do? Absolutely nothing, as per usual. I'm fed up of people telling the ones who don't see Martial as this Ballon d'Or winner. Players like Anthony Martial are 10 a penny. If he wants to prove he deserves to be in the team week in, week out, why didn't he, in the second half when he was introduced, say to Mourinho, I'm going to be in this team week in, week out, I'm going to do my best to show you that dropping me was the wrong decision. But he's been proven right there, Mourinho. Martial missed a sitter, and if that was Fellaini, the reaction would be totally different, because Fellaini's hated and Martial's adored. Players like Martial are 10 a penny. He's declined a contract of 5 years. He doesn't want to sign it because he wants reassurances of his future. And you having a laugh. What future does he have? He's not going to win the Ballon d'Or. He's got no chance of that. Absolutely no chance. He's not good enough for Manchester United. He's living off that first season where he scored against Liverpool and scored 17 goals. Since then, he's been absolutely poor. Let's be honest about that. Absolutely poor. Raheem Sterling's got more goals than him. Okay? And Martial has to improve, but he hasn't improved. And that's got to change. Because if it doesn't change, then he will go. And if he goes, I won't give a toss. I'll go. He's gone, is he? I'll wave you off at the airport if you like. So there you go. You could see Mourinho's demeanour. He was unhappy. Tried to throw his players under the bus again. We all know he's accustomed to that. But it's just a defeatist attitude for Mourinho. I mean, it's like he can't be bothered. You know, and for me, he's got to go. For me, he's not. He's finished. Mourinho is finished, and you have to accept that. We're not going to win the league under him. He's finished. He is past his best. I said on Twitter, he's the new specialist in failure. He's the new Arsene Wenger. Wenger will never win the league again in England, and nor will Jose Mourinho. And I don't care what his fanboys say. And this review is passionate from my heart. I'm not media trained like some other YouTubers, and they're media trained, by the way. You know, I bet you didn't know that. I'm not media trained because I look at the game as a fan. I don't look at the game as a media trained Man United fan. Because I care about this club and I want us to be successful, but we've spent all this money. Where's it got us? Where's all this money got us? Have you come any closer to winning the league since Alex Ferguson retired? Of all the money we spent? Absolutely no way have we. And that goes down to everything really. 5 years about the title next month. 5 years about the title now. Not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. What more can I say? Fellaini wasn't in the squad today. I thought that was strange. Maybe he'll play against Bournemouth. Maybe we'll have a last hurrah, playing the last two games in the FA Cup, and wins us the FA Cup again. But I'm very disappointed. I make no apologies for venting my frustration. And as you can see, obviously, you know, there's no media company behind me. You know, I can virtually say whatever I like. So no one's restricting me to say anything. So yeah, I'm disappointed, but it is what it is. And next season, who knows what's going to happen. Thanks for watching. Next review will be Tottenham away at Wembley. So I'll do a review for that. It's been a bad day, but once Mourinho leaves, fingers crossed he does, the sunshine will appear again. Thanks for watching.